morning, Counter-Strike fans from across the world. Welcome back to the DreamHack Open here in the beautiful city of Cluj-Napoca. They're hosting a major. It's their first in Counter-Strike's illustrious history. It is the 7th in total for the game. I am your proud Intel Analysis Desk host, Richard Lewis, and with me today, two of the finest minds in Counter-Strike. We have, of course, representing the United Kingdom, it is Duncan Thorin Shields. And on the left, we have got, of course, representing NA, the only person who's left representing NA, it is, of course, the beautiful Moses. How are you boys doing today?
Looking forward to crowning a champion today. Lots of interesting storylines. Will it be Kenny S finally winning a major? Will it be Na'Vi making that final they've never managed to? Will Nip Magic arrive again? Or will, somehow, amazingly, G2, who weren't even expected to be here, will they continue the miracle upsets and actually make the final?
Yeah, absolute mad stuff. What are you looking forward to, Moses?
I want to see G2 again. I want to see what they can bring against Envy. Obviously, that showing against Virtus.pro is insane, and I want to see if they can continue that. That would be huge. Obviously, Envy, it's their tournament to lose now. They're the front runner by far.
Well, I mean, this is the thing, of course. We've had 3 major upsets. We'll talk about those in a bit more detail. But, Virtus.pro are out. Fnatic are out. And who else? TSM. How can I forget? Right? So
3 of the top 4 ranked teams in the world.
Yeah. So now Envious, they're probably sat there thinking, this is great and everything, but what if we choke? It would be the greatest throwaway major of all time.
Look, here's the thing. Someone believes that all these teams got knocked out. They think they were looking a little bit too far ahead and just kind of, took their eye off the ball a little bit and just assumed, look past that quarterfinals right into the semifinals. And so the scary part is Envy going to do that? That's the biggest thing they have to protect themselves against.
No, I agree, but the problem is, you have to, just for context, to be fair, Semler also believes that he's also a really top-level caster, that he's not in any way carried or anything, It's all equal, 100% equal split in that partnership. So, just for context, we all have different opinions and perceptions on life. It's unraveling those and find out the little idiosyncrasies. That's what makes up life rich.
Hope Semler never sees his body on.
He doesn't watch Counter-Strike, mate. Just don't even matches he casts. So.
I think you're getting confused. Let's take a recap of some of those amazing games that we saw yesterday. You can see, coming at you in chronological order, we've got the first game. It was, of course, Envious versus Fnatic. This was a tall order for them. Out of all of the quarterfinal matches, this is the one where we thought probably could go either way. It was really back and forth, but in the end, Envious managed to close the deal. And you can see, this was the Mirage map where, of course, obviously Fnatic managed to win it.
Yeah. What's going to be crazy is, at the end of this tournament, it might end up being the case that the only team who did win a map of Envious was Fnatic.
Yeah.
That could really end up being the case with the kind of teams we have left and the kind of form Envious is in. But for losing Mirage, okay, then they come back on Cobblestone, which was formerly a Fnatic map, they win, and which obviously is also very satisfying when you think the Cobblestone's where they lost the last major.
Right.
And then the way they've played on the map will show after this Cash, that was the stuff of champions. When you can take a former champion who's still not in their prime, but still very much at the peak of the game, very much a top team, and you can crush them on one of the maps that used to be a home map for them, then you're a world-class team.
And Apex was absolutely wrecking people. Then we went on to the Polish wrecking machine. It was Virtus.pro versus G2 eSports. Didn't go the way we thought it would. It was G2 obviously taking cash to begin with. The most shocking part of this 2-0 victory, which is just shocking across the board, was the fact that G2 eSports managed to beat Virtus.pro on train. And not just that, they managed to do it after a big comeback from Virtus.pro and being pushed into overtime.
It's the welcoming party for Jacob. He's on the scene now, and he was a beast. He just violated them across these 2 maps. And this is Virtus.pro. We've always said the high ups and very, very low downs, and this was just something where they didn't come in prepared for this. G2, they talked about, they beat them previously on both Train and Cash, and they talked about this is a team they think they match up very, very well against, and you could see just unrelenting force between Michael Ailey, Jacob, beautiful star performances out of those top 2 players. So they're going to have to continue that today, and that's the struggle now. Can Envious stop those individual performances from coming to light?
That's always been the problem with Virtus.pro, though. Yeah, they have a lot of ups, they're incredible, they win tournaments, they have a lot of downs in that team.
Yep.
Yeah. So NIP, another shock result. TSM were the kind of, in some people's minds, the champions elect. Everybody knew they had to win a major. None more so than TSM, and yet it was NIP, the people who've been there, done that, printed the T-shirt, sold the T-shirt, made a lot of money off those T-shirts.
Do you believe?
Not so much if it went to the players. Besides the point, Rich.
They were absolutely just
and here's the thing.
The best I've seen NIP play.
You referred before,
in a long time.
so one of the things that we're going to give in G2 a lot of plaudits about is they beat Virtus.pro on train.
Yeah.
NIP beat TSM on train. TSM are amazing on train. NIP aren't even a trained team. So that just shows really the level of like magical performance, incredible elevation of their play to a level that we didn't think we'd ever see them at that level.
And all the people calling this a choke by TSM, really not giving NIP the credit they deserve.
It was both. Here's the thing, it doesn't have to be one or the other. People think if you say it's a choke, you're taking away. Sometimes you are, but if you then say, no, they also played an incredible level. Put it this way, if TSM had played normally, Nip might still have won this 2-0. That's how high level the game was.
Then the last quarterfinal, Moses was trying to get involved with this one, trying to be a Brazilian elect. But it wasn't enough, that support for Luminosity, who, despite taking it close, they got 2-0'd by Na'Vi.
And the amazing thing about Luminosity is every time we see them in a tournament, they continue to improve, and just when you think they can't make that next step, they do it again. This was a really good fight against Na'Vi. A little bit too much in the end, but these guys, they put on a great show. Very promising team moving forward. And Cold, he came out as a star for this team. Fur's on the verge of just having a huge breakout.
Yeah.
So this team has really promising pieces moving forward.
Yeah, 16-14, 16-13, they were super competitive.
And it comes off the back of formally making quarterfinals. It wasn't just a one-off and that'll be like, oh, if only, but it'll just be a flash in the pan. They've shown us this time and time again, but now they're getting better each time.
Right.
Confirmation of those results that we just talked you through. It was... Obviously, there was 3 2-0s there, as you can see. That doesn't tell the full story. These games were back and forth, super close. In fact, actually, if we're talking about dominant performances, bizarrely, it was probably NIP that put the most dominant performance in the quarterfinals, and they did it over TSM.
And on train, like you said, and then also Dust 2, who TSM's a very good Dust 2 map, so NIP just took it to them on 2 probably of their best maps in the entire pool.
And the way they beat them as well. They beat them by out-fragging them. Guys like Freiburg, guys like Exist, and then obviously Forest, they were battering some of the most skilled players in the world. Some of the guys where at their position they're the best, and in the entire world they're the best. In the case of someone like Device, just the best player in the world. All these qualities that are amazing, and somehow the old legends, they were the ones that prevailed in this match.
So while we're talking about old legends, we've got another one over on the stage now. It is, of course, Red Eye.
I don't know whether to thank you or not, Richard, but thank you anyway, kindly. Welcome to the main stage. We're looking forward to our semi-finals today. Of course, 16 teams started the week 5 days ago. We're down to the last 4 now, and we're getting very excited for our 2 semi-finals first up on the stage. And of course, today, the grand final as well. Talking of grand finals, there's a man who has seen plenty in his time. He's also part of our broadcast crew, and he is Sir Scoots.
Thank you very much, Red Eye. Top-level banter already coming out of the desk. Would not expect any less, but I'm the oldest guy in the building, so I'm changing the rules on this whole nationalistic thing. The team ownership is who we cheer for. So North America is still alive, folks. Team Envious is a North American-based org. There you have it, boys, the desk. Doesn't matter where the players are from anymore. Go Envious. That being said, I will be here in the winner's zone, basically doing interviews all day. I've also done some interviews that are on VODs, already up on Reddit. Hope you guys are enjoying some of those from yesterday. And also I was able to sit down with Hiko and Nothing and do a few Scoots After Dark segments. Those, I'm told, will be up on the DreamHack YouTube later on today. So definitely check those out. In the meantime, though, our boy Paula had an adventure with Shocks. Let's see what that was all about.
Hey buddy, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? Sit down, ça va? We're in Cluj. You enjoying it?
Yeah, especially when you got sun like this.
Do you like wine?
I do, but it's like good wine, because especially like if you don't have good wine, like it's really bad.
Oh well, we're probably gonna get some horrible wine from a shop somewhere. So, well, Shocks, I think we should head off and get this going. You know, have a chat. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah?
Do you trust me?
Yeah, I trust you as always.
You don't trust me, do you? What do you think so far of Cluj, Richard?
It looks like a nice city. Like you have this kind of old style, like which we also have, you know, in Paris. Yeah. So everyone I saw from here, like, are like nice, you know.
Nice people.
Yeah.
My long hair, what?
Not enable you to hear somewhere.
My long hair doesn't enable me to hear well.
Yes, I'm just correcting you. Be careful.
What's he correcting me? How's he correcting me? French food, French drink, it's famous across the world, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it, man. It's like enjoying life, you know. Like sometimes it's better like just enjoying being with friends, people you love, sharing this moment, you know, around the table, having good food,
So
good
romantic,
wine.
brother, so romantic. How do you feel being a part of Titan as opposed to when you were on Envy? You enjoying it more? Do you feel it's a stronger team? Could it be a weaker team? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think like you just can't compare it. You know, it's different. You have different organization, different manager, different players. Like you have some good things, some bad things. Like in the life, you know, like it's always like this. You will always miss something, but you will always win other things.
Okay, well, I think we're going to crack this wine open. Do you like white or red?
I prefer red.
Richard, I think we found the spot to taste our wine. Look at this.
Pretty nice.
Fountain.
Yeah, you got it. Looks like a bromance, you know?
Hey,
We got
this is a
wine,
bromance.
We got the fontaine.
Yeah.
We got everything.
And we got music.
Music, yeah.
It's beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. And the first bit of foil has come off. Oh.
You see?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. No, it's working, it's working. Wine with Shoxy, everybody. Oh, and bon appetit.
What the fuck?
Oh, it went all over you. Okay, so it looks like we're drinking from the bottle.
Man.
Brewed in, I think that says Imbutiliat dis something.
I don't know, like it's Romanian. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So I'll go first. How do you taste it? What do? You do a special. Look at that. Licking the lips and the flavour,
It's pretty
the
good.
moisture. It's actually good?
Yeah, it's actually good. Like,
Yeah?
you can, taste it. I mean, like,
You can taste Romania in it.
yeah.
To Shoxy, Richard Papillon.
Oh. Man, it's a wine. You have to, how can I say it? To
Savor
like
it.
it. Yeah, to savor it.
Celebrate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not drinking it like, oh.
Yeah.
I know you.
This is what I'm learning from you though, Shoxy. I'm learning the proper wine technique, you know?
Okay, so take your time.
Let me see once more.
Savor it.
Let me see you. Let me see this. Look at that. The beauty as he drinks that wine is just, oh. It's just so much more handsome and elegant than me. I mean, thank you for showing me the ways of the French connoisseur.
No problem, man. You can come at home when you want.
Hey.
And I will show you some good wines.
I will take you up on that offer. That's it for now. Shoxy, you are the man.
All right, I feel like I need to explain something to Parla and Shox, actually. That when you just take a bottle of wine, brown bag it, and drink it on the streets, not wine tasting by any metric whatsoever. That's just called getting wrecked.
Also, come on, Shox, you don't need to tell Parla, and you can come at home anytime you want. I also wonder, that line that Shox had about tasting the wine, you got to celebrate with your mouth. This is beautiful time right now.
I'm telling you, that's one of the
lie.
that's one of the wildest videos.
Also,
I've seen in
I
ages.
loved my favourite part was where they're walking down the street, just in another country. Old man, of course, comes over, straight roasts Parla, like, you are a long head. Get good. He's like, he had no comeback either.
Yeah.
Old man game on point.
On point, yeah, brilliant.
Parla's getting wrecked. That's his life, by the way. He goes everywhere in the world. Like, he's going to South Africa,
Wrecked.
I'm not even going to do accents. We'll just say that someone from South Africa wrecked it. There we go. Problem solved. See, Richard, I'm learning.
So anyway, there'll have plenty of things to celebrate today, of course, because we've got a great feast of Counter-Strike. Let's talk about the
I don't know,
games that
Shocks
we've got
might not
coming
be
up.
celebrating if
Well-
Envious win, mate.
Well, this is the point I was going to make. Obviously, he's going to watch from the sidelines. Former team of his, really in contention now. They're going to be going up against G2. I mean, I've still got to say that they have to be clear favourites in that game, but you've got to show G2 some real respect now.
Certainly.
I'll tell you, I mean, Jacob shows huge carry potential as an individual, him and Michael Ailey, and then they just have tools around that. And I mean, against Virtus Pro, going nuts, I mean, that just shows they have any possibility. Fox played really well with the AWP. The question is, we talked yesterday about their poise in this kind of a situation at this big of a tournament so early on. Are they going to be able to have that now in the semifinals? Because their goal in this major was reaching the top 4. Are they going to be able to look past that? Did they stay poised when they went back to the hotel last night and make sure, get a good night's sleep, study your demos, mentally prepare yourself for the semifinal?
And then you've got, obviously, MIP going up against Na'Vi. Now, I don't think Na'Vi have looked particularly impressive, but they're actually in with a real chance of making it to a final, which is bizarre given that they've come into majors before, way more explosive form, looking way better than this. They've kind of limped to this stage of the tournament, but, Guardian and, it's got to be said yesterday, Flamey as well, both sort of dragging them there.
Well, the thing that's on the side of Na'Vi is they do still, as they showed us, they still have the deep map pool. They still have a lot of maps. And we know, I kind of set this up when I was talking about the TSM NIP series. NIP, in theory, don't play the 3 customs. Now, that's not quite the case, Richard. They apparently do play Train, admittedly with an absolutely unexpected performance. So that's going to be the storyline there for me, because in this sort of a series, odds are Na'Vi's just going to pick a custom. That will be the map that they pick.
Yeah.
So whatever the ban is from NIP, and we all know they have some funky pick bans. Sometimes they try and almost dare the opponent to pick something. Yep. I think it's going to be a tough series for either team to win.
Okay, well, look, guys, we're going to come back to the desk and start breaking down these semi-finals real soon. But just before we do, as you can see, we've been trying to get Parler to do all sorts of stuff. And despite the fact he's getting paid $2,000 a day to be here, he needed lots of extra jobs.
It is currently Friday evening and we're stood outside the Sala Polyvalenta Hall. We're going to head inside and see how everything works, and I don't know, I might try my hand at a few things. So why don't we go inside and see what's going on? Is that right? How you doing? Is there any chance that I could try this out, use the little thing and get some people in? Great, so can I come through? Yeah. Great. First time doing this. Thank you very much. You can come through and it'll, perfect. Enjoy the day, the evening.
Already been here.
Oh. You need a band? Oh, okay. I've just let him run off. Oh, that seems like there's an issue over there. I can buzz you in. Great. Which band is it? Is it silver? No? No? I'm not very good at this. I'm not very good at this at all. It's my first time. Second. Thank you. Great. Basically not doing this. He's doing everything. Am I getting paid for this?
No, speak English.
Money.
Money?
Me?
Me?
Me.
Me.
Yeah, it's okay. Just, I really need some money. Ah, Pasha, hi man. Can you guys play tomorrow, semi-final?
Yeah.
I play Virtus Pro, maybe get rid of snacks?
No problem.
Yeah? Oh, great. Sorry, I'm gonna play instead of...
We can do it.
We can do it.
If not, my friend, we bring to the Poland. You.
If you don't win, we'll bring you to Poland. Yeah. Can I work with you guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Down in production?
Okay. You gotta unscrew the table legs because this table's not being used. So.
Okay.
Lefty loosey, righty tight is how I.
Okay.
That's how I remember.
Ah, actually, yeah. Nice. This is it. This is a victory, our first one. The shot didn't go very well. Players, they were douchebags. Dupree, there's Dupree. Here we go, everybody. DreamHack production. I'm not going to pretend like I know what everyone's doing. maybe I can pick up some tips whilst we're here. It's actually quite empty right now, and that's because we're in game, so obviously the production doesn't require just as many people. When we're, when the cameras and when everything is going on is focused around the venue, when people are on the stage, when the teams are coming out, then it's crazy. Everyone is like at their desks and just, manning everything they can. So yeah, at the moment, not as many people as you would usually see. I get the impression that that is kind of like the main area where the main producer, Nicholas, kind of decides what's going up on screen and where you switch all of them things. I think it could be good if I try out a bit of producing, and see if I've got any skills. What do I do?
Just too quick to get onto that B site and take control.
He doesn't do anything.
All right, mate, be careful. You might be out of a job soon. I'll take it. I'll take his job.
I'll take your job.
What does this button do? Oh, so I shouldn't push that? Okay.
So there we have it. Video evidence, if any was needed. That parlor is absolutely useless across the board. Anyway, we've had some fun, we've had some jokes, but we're going to get down to business real soon. Come on, Duncan. Let's get through this like professionals, right? So anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we are going to set the scene for the epic semi-finals we've got, starting with the champions-elect in the form of Envious versus the upstarts of Gamers 2, or G2 eSports, I should say. See you after the break.